In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on May 17, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Mets versus New York Yankees. The two New York rivals clash in the Bronx this Saturday in what should be a can't-miss MLB showdown. The Yankees may be playing the sharper baseball right now, but I'm rolling with the underdog Mets and grabbing the plus money. Schmidt's 4.73 earned run average shows he's been hittable this season, and his command can go sideways at times. The Mets, meanwhile, have been thriving whenever Canning's on the mound. They've won 7 straight games he's pitched. Over his last 16 innings, he's given up just 12 hits and 2 earned runs, and his season numbers suggest he's pitching at an all-star level. At some point, this Mets offense is due to snap out of its funk, and Saturday feels like a good time. They've also had the Yankees' number recently, including a perfect 4-0 sweep in the 2024 Subway Series. With Soto in the visitors' dugout this time, I'm backing the Mets to keep that trend going. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The over 9 also stands out as a sharp play in this spot, thanks to the offensive potential both clubs bring to the field. The Yankees are putting up nearly 6 runs a game and are being carried by a scorching hot Aaron Judge, who's hitting over .400 with 15 bombs. He's got backup, too. Guys like Goldschmidt and Grisham add extra pop to an already dangerous lineup. The Mets have been cold lately, but with hitters like Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and Juan Soto, there's always the chance they erupt. Schmidt's inconsistency on the mound could open the door early, and even though Canning's been sharp, the Yankees feast at home. With both teams capable of striking early and often, and with bullpen depth being tested lately, this one has all the signs of going over the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Chicago Cubs. On Saturday, the Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs will face off at Wrigley Field. The Cubs secured an easy win in Game 1 of this series on Friday afternoon and now hold a 13-10 record at home this season. The White Sox, on the other hand, have struggled on the road, standing at just 5-19, and they've allowed 20 runs over their last 2 games. The White Sox are starting Burke, who has allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 3 straight starts. The Cubs will send Boyd to the mound, who has given up 2 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. Boyd holds the edge on the mound, and the Cubs' offense is far superior. After their win in the opening game of this rivalry weekend series, the Cubs have now gone 8-2 in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the White Sox, including winning their last 6 straight against their city rivals. This streak includes a 4-0 record at Wrigley Field over the past 2 seasons, during which they outscored the White Sox 31-18. With a clear experience advantage and momentum on their side, look for the Cubs to handle business again here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The over is 6-0 in Cubs games against American League opponents this season. The Cubs should jump out to an early lead against Burke and then add runs against the White Sox bullpen, which ranks 21st in earned run average and has allowed the 3rd most homers in baseball this year. The Cubs average 5.2 runs at home and 4.8 runs in day games. The White Sox will likely have trouble against Boyd, but they might make some noise against the Cubs' shaky bullpen, especially if they can get Boyd out of the game early. The Cubs bullpen sports a 4.59 earned run average, a 1.41 WHIP, and has given up 72 walks, all among the worst marks in MLB this season. The first game of this series saw a combined 16 runs scored, bringing the over to 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 3 of their 4 matchups last year featured at least 13 total runs scored. For the White Sox, the over is 4-6 in their last 10 games, having allowed 39 runs over their last 7 road games. For the Cubs, the over is 6-3-1 in their past 10 games, with 39 runs scored in their last 7 at home. As our second pick for this matchup, the over the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus Toronto Blue Jays. A pair of American League teams continue a three-game series on the diamond in search of a win north of the border when the Detroit Tigers travel to take on the Toronto Blue Jays Saturday afternoon. Detroit was hot going into Friday's opener, holding the best record in the American League as they continue to pile up wins. Olsen has pitched well, even with the loss in his last start against Texas. Toronto has struggled to generate much in the way of consistent offense this season. This could be Lauer or Jose Urena on the bump, though Urena worked in relief Thursday against Tampa Bay. The Blue Jays have to find a way to get things going and find capable starting pitching. That's too much to ask for against a Tigers squad with momentum and a lot of quality talent in the mix. The Tigers continue to impress at the plate, and they've found themselves hitting even stronger on the road this season. While Toronto has done well to limit strikeouts, they continue to struggle when it comes to driving home runners in scoring position. On top of that, the Blue Jays are hitting into double plays at one of the highest rates in baseball. With the Tigers' continued strength in the batter's box, expect them to see the ball well here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Detroit has had a problem with strikeouts this season, and the Blue Jays bullpen boasts one of the highest strikeout rates in baseball. Additionally, Olsen has done a solid job when it comes to limiting the long ball, and he's also been able to stump foes at the plate. As touched on, Toronto has been able to get hits, but they struggle converting those hits into runs. With Olsen's ability to limit the long ball, expect that trend to continue. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus Baltimore Orioles. The Nationals are taking on the Orioles in Game 2 of their series at Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. The Nationals have held the upper hand recently, going 4-2 in their last 6 games against the Orioles. Kyle Gibson, the Orioles starting pitcher, has struggled in his career against the Nationals, posting a 2-4 record with a high 7.11 earned run average and 25 strikeouts across 6 appearances. Both teams have had pitching issues this season, but the Orioles have been more problematic at the plate. While the Nationals aren't dominant and Irvin isn't the most reliable arm, they're still a step ahead of what Baltimore has to offer. The Orioles have only won 2 games since May 3rd and have been a losing bet for anyone backing them. Gibson's recent form hasn't helped, as he's given up 23 hits and 17 runs in just under 12 innings, along with 6 walks and 9 strikeouts. It's clear the Orioles aren't a strong team right now. Given the odds, backing the Nationals with the attractive money line is a smart move. The Orioles have been a consistent fade all season and don't look like they'll improve anytime soon. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. Gibson has been terrible lately, and advanced stats hint that Irvin might soon regress negatively as well. With a 5.76 expected earned run average and a .288 xBI, I believe Irvin can pitch better than Gibson, but that's not saying much given the Orioles' struggles. On top of that, both teams have some of the worst bullpens in baseball. The Nationals rank 29th in earned run average and WHIP, while the Orioles are near the bottom as well, ranking 26th in earned run average, 27th in WHIP, and 27th in home runs allowed. Considering all this, it wouldn't surprise me if both teams score at least 6 runs each in today's game. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays versus Miami Marlins. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Miami Marlins are set to continue their 3-game interleague series on Saturday. This weekend series falls during MLB's rivalry week, and with both teams sharing the state of Florida, there's a little more pride on the line than usual. Miami might not be the stronger team on paper, but they're in a good spot to snag this one. They've been showing signs of life offensively, and it's not just smoke. Stowers has been raking lately, hitting .300 with 10 home runs. Overall, the Marlins sit middle of the pack in team batting average at 15th, which is a definite step up from previous years. Meanwhile, Tampa's pitching doesn't inspire much confidence. Their starter has been getting tagged for homers in every outing, 6 total over his last 4 starts, including a pair each to both the Brewers and Phillies. That's a big red flag. Now, Tampa Bay is still the better team overall, and that's why they're favored. But that doesn't mean they're the smart bet here. They've dropped 6 of the last 7 games started by this pitcher, who's also been hit hard recently, giving up 9 hits and 6 earned runs over his last 9.1 innings. On the road, his earned run average sits at 4.5, and opponents are batting .222 against him. Not terrible, but far from dominant. The Marlins have some momentum coming off a couple of solid underdog wins. And even if their rotation hasn't been elite, this is the kind of spot where the plus money offers real value. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. As for the total, don't expect a pitcher's duel here. Tampa starter has been serving up long balls like it's batting practice, 6 homers over his last 4 starts, with at least 3 earned runs allowed in each of those games. Miami's bats should be able to take advantage, whether by going deep or stringing together hits and putting pressure on the defense. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.